It is so good to be here in Atlanta. I'm excited to be here with you. I believe that Atomy has grown exponentially. Look around this room. How amazing is it? And look around those people around you, because you will also be able to make it here on stage. Do you believe that? When Atomy first got started, it wasn't like this, okay? Atomy got started in a small little office with a sign that said Atomy on it, on a little piece of paper. Did you know that? So if we look on the screen, we'll be able to see Atomy to the right side. Literally, we had one little screen, and we had individuals come in and out of this little office, and most individuals did not like to invite people to HQ. You know why? Because when they saw the office, they thought, I don't want to get started in this little tiny company. But those who did get started, look at where they are now. Woo! I believe that is the way that we need to do the business, understanding to look for what the future will hold. And that's exactly what CEO Park did. Even though he had this tiny little van, tiny little office, he still proclaimed that leaders would be able to receive $1 million when they become an Imperial Master. So if you look at this is the van that CEO Park had, a $2,000 minivan. And in the back of that minivan, he had products. And he would give those products to the leaders and say, when you sell this, I promise you I'm gonna give you $1 million. How many of you would have believed him 10 years ago? I don't think I would have. I would have said, I don't know if that's true. And I would have probably left. But Imperial Master Kim is over here, and he's one of the people who saw the vision, didn't give up, and he received $1 million. And as you see, Atomy has grown exponentially. We are in the top 10 DSA now. We have offices in America, here, in Canada, in Japan, and we are all over the world. So if you have partners, individuals that you know, not just here, you can get connected to individuals in 55 different countries. Did you know that? So we are able to get connected to 55 different countries because we are a one global, one server system. So individuals who get signed up as consumers, they'll be able to shop on the Atomy Edge Mall. And at the same time, there are 31 plus countries that you can start getting paid from. So this business is not a small business, but it is a huge business. And you know what the bonus is? You don't have to pay anything to get started. And that's the point of Atomy. So let's look at how did this tiny little business that started in this little minivan become a global sensation? I believe that it is all within the principle of Atomy. So CEO Park said this. He said, the spread of Atomy will be driven by what? Love and care of each individual. And this is the mindset that we have been running with. We've been building this company not trying to gain money from individuals, but rather trying to help serve them so they become successful. So when we got started today, you saw all the leaders come up on stage, right? We all came on stage, we all stood up, and we said the motto. So I want to break down the motto for you very simply. Because once you understand the motto, you'll be able to understand how to implement the 8 steps to success. So I believe that you've heard the 8 steps to success many times. To create the vision, right? To be able to write down your goals and to implement these things by making sure that you are disciplining yourself to do the things that you are saying that you will do. Well, before you do these things, we have to understand the motto and how we should present ourselves to individuals that we meet. So the first line we look at, it says to cherish the spirit. So a lot of individuals don't really understand what this means, to cherish the spirit. To cherish the spirit means exactly that, to understand that each individual is not a ways to just make money from them. So we're not gonna be going to what? Do these things in terms of exploiting them, but we're gonna be coming together to help them. So that's what that means to cherish the Spirit. So let's read it together. It says, we are created by God in the image of God and should never be used as a means to an end. So what does that mean? You are approaching individuals to help them, not to try to simply sell a product to them. Does that make sense, everyone? Because if you're trying to do sales, then all it is, oh, he's coming to me to try to sell me cosmetics. He's coming to me to try to sell me some vitamins. But I already have vitamins. I already have skincare. But that's not what we're about. We're about helping that individual through the products save money and at the same time gain higher quality products so that we can win together. So that's what that means. Everybody okay? And the second part we see is to create the vision. What does it mean to create the vision? A lot of individuals that I talk to, they only look at the present. So we're so busy at times focusing on the now and what we see. For example, that's why a lot of individuals, when they heard about Atomy in that little tiny office where CEO Park had the little $2,000 minivan, they weren't able to see the future and to create that vision. Rather, they only saw the present. And that's not what we want you guys to do. We want you guys to be able to see further out, to see the vision, because we understand that everything we see came from what? The unseen. So you don't see the future, but you can plan for it today, right? And you can work towards that, and then in the future, you will be able to see the things come into fruition with the actions that you have today. So it is our responsibility to create those goals, and you have that piece of paper in front of you, and it's called the life scenario. So in that life scenario, what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be writing about your current situation, but you're not gonna be stuck in that. But rather, you're gonna be looking forward, okay? You're gonna be looking forward a year, 2, 3, and you're gonna be looking at where you're going to be, because who's the main actor of your movie? You are. You get to control the narrative. You get to control the future in terms of where you will be. Do you believe that? If you believe that, then you will be able to draw out your current situation, and you'll be able to draw out the future in which you believe you will be. So that's what we mean by creating the vision. It is your vision that we're talking about. When you are saying these things, you're talking about you, how you will be in the future, and it is your responsibility through these lectures that you create the vision. So next, it says to follow the faith. So what does it mean to follow the faith? A lot of us, we believe in the things that we see in terms of evidence-based. So even though you've created that vision, everybody can write it on a piece of paper, right? You can write it all down. You can write whatever you want. But the issue is after you write that down, if you do not believe in your heart that you will accomplish these things, then you will not step out in faith to try to accomplish it. So therefore, what we're saying is, even though it doesn't look like you'll be able to accomplish those things now, have faith in the individuals that you have seen become successful sitting in front of you here today, and me. Do you know what I mean? Even though you haven't done it yet, we can see that these leaders, every single one of those standing up here today, have done it just like you. Just like you, when they registered, they were one little square. They had nobody else under them. But one at a time, 2 at a time, 3 at a time, as time went by, they stepped out in faith and continued to grow. And as they grew, they were able to see the future become the present. So that's what we're talking about. And lastly, what we need to do is we need to follow and we need to serve in humility. And when we serve in humility, it becomes something that it goes beyond us. So let's read it, what it says. It says, do nothing out of selfish ambition, okay? Selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above who? Yourself. So that's what that means to serve in humility. So a lot of individuals that I see, they lose amazing partners and leads. You know why? Because they're not doing it out of serving them, wanting to gain success with them, but it's looking like that they're trying to use them as a means to get to their own success. And if we continue to do that, you'll get great people, but at the same time, it'll be a revolving door. So what does that mean? They'll come in, and then they'll go right back out. Is that what you want? It's easy to get people into Atomy because in Atomy, it is free. There are no requirements. Anybody can start, but the issue is, how are you going to make them stay? How are you going to keep them here with you? And if you don't serve these individuals with humility, then it's going to be very, very stressful. You're going to be pulling all your hair out. You need that beautiful hair so you can use that shampoo, right? So we want to make sure that you understand these things. And once you understand that in Atomy, you do your business like the motto says, then the 8 steps to success start to make sense. Because when you do these action-based things, since you are pleasant to be with, people will stick with you until the end. Does that make sense? Yes. So you will become, like CEO Park says, you will become money rich, friend rich, and time rich. And at the same time in Atomy, we teach the core values of Atomy, and we talk about being life rich, eternal life in Christ. And we learned about that yesterday, okay? So this company is based on the whole principle where we can work together and grow as one, and we can actually help each other and reach the top together. So as we see this, we can see Warren Buffett saying this. He says, if you do not find a way to make money while you're sleeping, you're going to keep working until you die. So this is what Atomy is. Atomy is a platform business where it is a pipeline. You are building your business in a way where you are actively working, but then it goes from active income, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it moves and shifts to passive income. And passive income is created when you have these things. So you must have a product that everybody likes, everybody needs, and everybody is willing to use. Because if you do not have a product that everybody needs, then how you get residual income? They're not going to continue to use it. So give me a raise of hands if you've brushed your teeth today. All right, well, we got some people not raising their hands. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen. So you all brushed your teeth, right? Did you shampoo your hair as well? Okay, so if you brush your teeth and shampoo your hair, you are the perfect candidate for Atomy. So that's how you explain Atomy. So a lot of individuals say, well, how do you do Atomy, coach? I say, it's very simple. You say, sir, do you brush your teeth? They say, yes, of course I brush my teeth. And then you ask them a simple question. Have you ever made money brushing your teeth? They'll laugh at you. What do you mean make money brushing my teeth? You say, well, let me teach you how to make money brushing your teeth. They're like, really? Yes. And I believe that everybody around here, you will know that everybody brushes their teeth, shampoos their hair, washes. So Atomy will be able to target market every individual around you at the same time. It doesn't matter about their economic status because the price is absolute and the quality is absolute, meaning that if you have lots of money, you can still enjoy Atomy because the quality is high. If you don't have lots of money, it doesn't matter because you'll still enjoy Atomy because the price is low. So this is the idea and the concept of prestige. And this is why Atomy works. So we call that absolute quality, absolute price. And with absolute quality and absolute price in Atomy, we have PV. So every time you purchase an item, you have PV building up in your system. And how Atomy works is once you implement the PV from your downline's purchases, you get cash back. So this system is very unique that it leverages the ability of others around you. So what does that mean? Leveraging the ability of others around you. A lot of individuals that I talk to, they understand the concept of teamwork, but then they don't understand the concept of what it means to leverage other people's ability. Because we've learned all until now that we only get what we deserve, right? So if you take a test and you are a C student, then when you get a C, you're not upset with your grade because that is your ability, right? So if you want an A, then you have to go beyond your ability, and there are only a few ways you can do that, is ask your neighbor for the answer. But that's called cheating, isn't it? Yes. But if you look at a football game, okay, if you look at sports, you can see that they don't call it cheating if somebody helps you move the ball forward. They call that what? Teamwork. You see the difference? So in Atomy, we've structured our system in a way where even though you lack ability, your partners and sponsors' ability becomes yours, creating true teamwork and synergy. Isn't that amazing? And the company itself also creates a synergy by hosting these types of lectures. Meaning, even if you are not the member of the speakers today, including myself, you can invite people to the seminar, sit them down, and they can hear this seminar. And then if they are activated and start doing the business, you've just benefited from the system itself. Does that make sense? That's why Atomy works. And at the same time, we have a compensation plan that is structured in a way where everybody can succeed because there are no limitations as to who can enter the business. For example, in other companies, if you want to become a member, it may be free, just like Atomy. But if you want to start the business, it's not necessarily free, meaning there is a price that you must pay to enter the compensation plan. Sometimes even the compensation plans are structured in a way where if you pay more money, you get a bigger compensation plan than somebody who pays a smaller amount. So they're structured in multi-levels. But in Atomy, we do not do that. We actually build the compensation plan where everybody who enters will get the general commission, and at the same time, that general commission automatically builds together to give you the mastership bonus. They all come together as one, so you don't have to have a headache of figuring out what do I qualify for. But in Atomy, you simply build. You just simply build your A and your B team, and you allow them to consume the items, and you build the business, and in time, you will naturally have PV growing, and your group will grow exponentially. Isn't that amazing? And this is what that looks like. It looks like a system where you have your both sides consuming the products, and all the PV in 55 different countries around the world will become yours. So this makes it easy for you to reach the top. So in Atomy, we have an income ceiling, meaning that even if you get started here, you're going to end up right here. And if your partner gets started, they're going to end up here, and your partner's partners are going to end up here. Meaning that everybody in the end will be reaching the same amount of income. So in other network marketing businesses, it's percentage-based, meaning it's the percentage of the volume in your downline. So therefore, you will never make more than your sponsors because they will always continue to take a percentage of the pie, meaning if the revenue is greater, then your numerical number will be greater. But in Atomy, it's not like that. It's capped at 50 million PV a day, meaning if you add up all the bonuses, you should be getting around $50,000 a month. But with the mastership bonuses, it can go beyond even $100,000 a month. But what do we say? We always say just $50,000. Isn't that enough? Is $50,000 too small? No, because it's residual and it'll continue to grow. And we say small numbers because we know that you're going to be able to reach that and beyond. So we are a very principle-centered, and we are a company where we want to make sure that we're not giving you any false hopes. So in this business, you see that. So therefore, in other companies, you see the top being able to siphon the whole load. But in Atomy, you're able to see that in the top, we're able to distribute the income accordingly. So this also goes not just to the first, second, but also to the third generation. So if you are a doctor, okay? And if you are a business owner and you've built an amazing business and you want to pass this on to your children, at times it's not possible because maybe they're not a doctor. Maybe they don't have the ability to manage the business. But in Atomy, it does not matter because once the structure is made, you can give this code to the next generation and they can operate the business along with their everyday life. Isn't that amazing? So the vision that we see in Atomy is something that a lot of us can obtain too. A lot of us here today, we will probably start off, of course, as agents. And then as time goes by, you'll become a sales master. And as time goes by, you'll continue to grow in your mastership one step at a time. And in the end, of course, we can all obtain Imperial Master. And when we become an Imperial Master, you'll be able to see not just that $1 million being given to you, but with that, you already will be making millions of dollars a month. Did you know that? So that $1 million, once you get it, it doesn't really mean much to them. So you will be getting not just $1 million, but continuing to get the income of $100,000 plus a month. So just imagine how Atomy can help so many of us and those around us. It is a stepping stone to something even greater that I believe that you have been called to. So I want to encourage all of you to what? Get plugged into the system. The Atomy system is not just limited to the Success Academy, but we have one-day seminars, we have online channels, and we have Zooms, we have centers, we have so many places that you can get plugged into so that you don't feel like you're doing the business alone. And this business is structured in a way where you can start from you on down. You don't need to look up, you don't need to look down in terms of trying to get help because you can do the system together with the company. So I believe that all of us here today will be able to reach the top. Do you agree? Yes. All right, so thank you so much. I think my time is up. I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.